One of the things that you guys talk about in like the marketing and stuff like that is this idea that you guys approach cybersecurity a little bit differently than others. I believe you guys almost talk about it in a codeless fashion. Give us an idea of what this means for you.
I think the way we approach security and the way we approach automation is very much built on how we experienced it ourselves as practitioners. So I'm not your typical software CEO or founder. I actually spent about 15 years as a cybersecurity practitioner before founding Tines. So I worked on the front lines of information security and cybersecurity, doing things like incident response and security operations and security engineering and threat management at companies like eBay and PayPal and DocuSign here in Dublin, where I'm based at the minute, but also in the Bay Area for a little while as well. And when I was a security practitioner, the problems that I experienced are really what gave birth to Tines, right? So I was running fairly technical teams of security practitioners who all knew their jobs inside out, could respond to any type of incident, big or small, were very passionate and motivated people. The challenge was that they were spending more and more of their time doing the same repetitive workflows over and over again. Without going into too much detail, they would spend a lot of time kind of investigating phishing emails and responding to different classes of security alerts. And those investigations and response activities would typically be fairly manual. So you would take data from one system, you would copy and paste it into another system, you would take the results from that search and put it into a different system, and you might be hopping back and forth between like 10 to 15 different systems. And this repetitive work was monotonous, mundane, but absolutely necessary, right? We had to get to the bottom of all these alerts. Frankly, this is the reason why we invented software on computers, so people wouldn't have to do this manual work over and over again. The challenge that we had was that my team were security practitioners and not software engineers. So even if they wanted to, they didn't have the chops to go and write Python or Bash or Ruby or whatever it was to go and automate this end to end. And so the idea behind Tines was to give these people who knew their jobs inside out, who were incredibly motivated and knew what needed to be done, give them the tools that they would need to automate those processes end to end without actually having to write code. And so our concept of no code is very much the idea that these people who know what needs to be done are empowered to do it themselves.
Hey, thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel for more great IT thought leadership. And thanks to our partners at Salesforce Platform for making this show possible. Go to salesforce.com/newsletter to discover timely insights and useful tips tailored to your role.